I just ended my relationship for an insane reason, please help? This might be very long, because I usually add a lot of details and I also explain a lot. Please let me know if certain things are unnecessary. Thank you. First post/time on Reddit. Hi there, I'm Monica, 25F, and I was with Ashton, 25M. We were dating since we were 16 and recently I just ended our relationship for the most sickening and sad reason and now I'm in despair and need to know if I did the right thing. Me and Ashton have known each other since we were 8, living in the same neighborhood but we only saw each other as best friends until high school and we began to date at 16. Just regular dating. Ashton had this other friend since he was 12, Vanessa. Ashton and Vanessa always had classes with each other and me and him didn't. They started dating when they were 14 and it was Ashton's first relationship. He was over the moon and I was happy for him as I saw no romantic interest in him at that moment. They dated for about 8 months until Vanessa broke it off with him. They were sour in a way and Ashton seemed drained from the relationship and I felt bad for him. Even after the breakup she remained a constant presence. If you would like more details I'll update on that. Eventually by 15, Ashton and Vanessa became friends again and I was happy to see them getting along as friends and welcomed Vanessa with open arms. Vanessa always had her guard up with me since I was Ashton's close friend and obviously it would seem weird with the whole boyfriend's girl best friends. Vanessa continued to have her guard up with me even after their breakup. Once me and Ashton finally had feelings for each other and began dating, Vanessa lost it. She had told our friend group we always liked each other and he was probably cheating on her with me. Reminding you, I had no romantic interest in Ashton until we were 16. Eventually everyone moved on and it was just another rumor. Now that we're 25, we're now both adults and graduated, living together and working jobs with steady income. We keep in touch with a small group of people from high school. One of our friends, Martha, recently got married and we got invited to the wedding. As we arrived, many of our old friends from high school were there and sure enough, so was Vanessa. Vanessa spotted us and walked up. I have to admit, she was very beautiful. Long brunette hair, blue eyes, and white smooth skin that seemed to still capture Ashton's attention after many years. She wore this blue dress that was very fitted on her. She greeted us and lingered on Ashton for a long moment. During the after party, Vanessa would walk up to us now and then just making small talk and made small backhanded compliments. Telling me my dress seemed unique. I wore this sage green dress. And even said it seemed to capture my stomach well. I do have a little extra stomach but I am not plus-sized. She even tried and eventually managed to get Ashton to dance with her on one of their favorite songs. I sat there stunned just looking at them dancing. I noticed the way Ashton kinda held her while dancing and looked at her. Martha came up to me and was also shocked. Asking if I was alright, to which I nodded in silence. A slow dance began to happen and to no surprise, they danced with each other. I excused myself to the bathroom, to which I began to cry and look at myself in the mirror wondering what could I change about me to get Ashton to look at me like that. I am a Latina woman who had black hair, brown eyes, and I'm brown. I do have some insecurities with my features so this did break me. After the wedding, me and Ashton went back to our apartment. I kindly and softly stated how I felt as I've always been big on communication. Ashton proceeded to defend himself and Vanessa saying I was looking too much into it and he loved me. After a back and forth he sighed and apologized in a monotone voice. I told him I loved him and he smiled but then said love you too bro. Before patting me on the back and walking to our room. I didn't think much but that did hurt. Vanessa would come back into our lives as she added Ashton on social media and would meet up to talk about things and fixing her broken car. I began to feel like I was living with a roommate. We didn't kiss as often and our deep conversations turned into small talk at random times. Dates slowed down and our bedroom life began to die. He was still the same sweet guy I fell in love with and it wasn't like he turned mean or cold, it was just becoming like we were back to only being best friends. The main reason I left him was when I had went to babysit my older brother's kids for the day but came home early since him and his wife got home early from their date. I walk in to see Vanessa and Ashton in the kitchen laughing and baking. Ashton watched as she was making my cookie recipe, wearing my apron and both seeming to have flour all over their faces and clothes. When they noticed me and gave shocked faces, I had enough of it and just stared. Ashton tried to explain but I shut it down and said I wanted to break up, and he pleaded. Vanessa didn't say anything but give me a fake smile of sympathy. I told her to leave my apartment. After that, Ashton and I argued and I told him once our lease was up I'd be finding a new place to live in. Ashton cried and begged me to not throw away our relationship but I broke down and yelled at him everything I felt like for these past 2 months and said I was done being with someone who was still hung up on a girl who treated him like shit, telling him I was there for him through a lot and he threw it away, not me. I've now been ignoring Ashton and only talking to him when it's about the rent or our cat and dog. He tried to talk to me but I don't reply. And I've been sleeping on our pull-out couch. I think I'm going crazy and I need advice if I did the wrong thing. As I said, I'm very sorry if this was long, and if you would like more details on anything I'd be willing to share them. These are also not the first events/experiences I've had with Vanessa in my life. Thank you for reading this, and I would appreciate feedback on what to do next or if I should let Ashton explain to me things. Update. Hello everyone, thank you to the few who commented on my previous post. I greatly appreciate it, and I'm so grateful to know I'm not crazy and I could get an outside perspective on this without it being friends or family. If you do not understand what I'm saying in this update, please go check my main post/previous post of this. Thank you. I wanted to give another update on the situation as it has expanded just a bit in such short time. So here it is. Ashton keeps trying to talk to me and keeps trying to get me to sleep back into our bedroom and we can fix things. He offers dates, gifts, and attention I decline, to which he gets upset about. The only times I've tried to engage with him is about our cat and dog and what I'll keep. Ashton tries to beg me to stay, but I keep standing my ground. I'm moving out. Vanessa has not contacted me, but from some close friends I've heard she's been telling people I'm controlling and upset. Ashton is hanging out with friends and I never let him see them. This obviously isn't true, as we had always scheduled when to see friends and family, as we understood our lives didn't revolve around each other. My family and his have found out of the situation and were angry at Ashton but confused on why I'm rejecting his chances to fix things. I keep having to explain I'm not gonna fix something he broke over a girl who was hurtful to him. They've tried to mediate but I don't budge. Yesterday, as I was returning from work, I headed to the kitchen to get some food and was greeted with dinner made and Ashton standing so fast out of his chair. He made his way over and caught me off guard with a kiss and a hug, holding me tight so I wouldn't be able to escape the hug. He begged me to sit and eat with him and I reluctantly agreed, only eating in silence. Ashton began to cry and plead with me to fix things, to which in the moment I grew emotional and cried as well, telling him he broke our relationship when he let Vanessa back in his life. I had to explain how insecure I grew, how I looked at girls from the past he had eye for and how they looked nothing like me, how I grew increasingly insecure of my weight and even my features, how I felt small in my own home, and begged him to try and do the things we used to. Ashton and I sat in silence with occasional crying before he pleaded if we could talk tomorrow. I'm debating whether to sit and have a full conversation and no arguing. Part of me still sees the guy I fell in love with and truly seen for him, while the other part of me still wants to stand firm on my belief and build myself. Vanessa was very much a mean girl and used to manipulate me to think we were friends, to which she'd one day acted like she hates me and another not. And even when confronted, played victim. Ashton seems to be trying to fix our relationship and even went out of his way to find fresh white roses for me, my favorite flower, and got me snacks I liked. I still don't want to fall for this and I feel like he's doing it only for himself. Please help, as I don't know what my next steps should be. Do I sit and talk? Or do I stand firm and leave? Like I said in my last post, I'm sorry if I type a lot. And if anyone would like specific stories or have questions, I would be very happy to answer. Thank you. Update 2. Hey everyone. I'm on here quickly to say thank you so much for your kind words and advice. You're all very sweet and I feel so loved seeing this. I have felt a lot better now. I'm hoping I responded to everyone's replies, but if I didn't, I'm positive I read them, and thank you so much. You're very kind and I hope good things come your way. I am currently staying home and Ashton is at work. I've packed some things and beginning to move them to a storage unit, so once I move I can keep them there until I find my own place. Thankfully, my income can cover a new apartment and also I do not have to worry. I'm figuring out my next steps for my cat and dog, as they are mine but love Ashton. Either way, I'm now also in the next steps to checking his messages. Thank you to the person who made me realize I need to check the messages before they're wiped or anything. I think he'll wipe them from his phone, but our iPads are synced up to our phones. I've decided against my better judgment to talk with him. I will not be taking him back though. I want to see what he says before I just officially make my peace and leave. I'm ready to close this chapter, and although it may hurt, I know it has to come to this for the better of myself. So far, my friend Trey has offered a place for me in his guest room and I'm thinking of taking the offer. Trey has been my friend since junior year of high school. He's a great guy and considerate. If I have anything else I can update here I'll try, but right now I'm preparing myself for what I'll possibly find in these messages. And another thing to those who said it might have been emotional and not physical, I did agree, but as I was packing I found a really unknown white bra that does not belong to me. I am a DDD cup and it seems like a B or C cup. I've left it on the best for Ashton to find and see what he has to say about it. One more thing that could be a false alarm, but I'm terrified. I am and have been a month late of my period. I'm scared, but I think it could be in my head, as stress can cause me to delay, and also my SX life has been dead for 2 months. I'm heading to the store later to get a pregnancy test and give myself closure. Thank you to everyone for their kind messages, and I'm sorry this update seems short and nothing yet to see. Maybe in the next one I'll say an alien came to abduct me lol. I'll update after the talk and what I'll find in the messages. Love to all. Update 3. Hey everyone. If you do not know the context of this, I suggest you see my 2 other posts. Thank you. Now for the update we all waited on. I finally checked the messages and to my horror saw more than I expected. In Ashton and Vanessa's messages, I saw them starting off with small friendly talk, normal conversations, and regular thanking each other for hangouts. Then it slowly progressed to flirting and soon enough, sending each other explicit images. I closed the iPad many times just having to process what I saw. Extreme amounts of flirting and inappropriate conversations. I was okay until I saw a very inappropriate conversation talking about me. Vanessa had asked Ashton how am I in bed, to which Ashton replied it's hard to finish and he makes me lay down because it's hard to lift me or to be on top of him. He also mentioned I'm not good in bed and I'm corny with the aftercare I give. I'm sorry if that was really disgusting to describe, but the way it was being talked about broke my heart. I cried because after Vanessa asked for him to specify what he meant by hard to carry me, he said she's always been a fatter girl. When he knew I was always insecure about my weight, my stomach, how I would get bloated. For reference once again, I am not a plus-size girl. I'm not skinny, but I am a normal body size. My stomach shows a little bit, but I do go to the gym and have a workout routine. Reading more messages and seeing many things I didn't want to see, I saw how lots of things were just about them talking about how attractive the other one is or whatever. Anything about me was either brushed away or laughed about. When Ashton finally sat down to talk to me later on, he proceeded to explain to me how sorry he was for what he had been doing to me. He said the past couple of months were hard for him and he was sorry he couldn't really please me. He told me he loved me and all the typical things people say when they only want to make themselves feel better. He confessed after the wedding, him and Vanessa hit it off and hung out. Going to the local bakery, pottery classes, and even going to me and his favorite arcade. He then told me him and Vanessa only kissed but it meant nothing to him. After he told his side, I calmly placed down the messages I screenshotted and mentioned the bra in our room. I also had a print copy of me telling his mom and brother what he did. If you want those details, I can share. I explained to him what he did to our relationship can't be undone, and it was over the second he held Vanessa like that at the wedding. It was over when he didn't defend me, it was over when he slept with her, it was over when he made those remarks about me. It was over when he just treated me like trash and chose a girl from when he was 14. Ashton began to cry and begged me to forgive him, saying it meant nothing and proceeds to say she wasn't even good in bed. I laughed in his face and I explained to him how I felt, how he was pathetic for trying to love bomb me and act like everything would be fine and I'd take him back. I told Ashton I'd be moving by the end of next week, staying with a friend, and I'd be taking my dog and cat as they were technically mine, not his. I told him he could keep our furniture, utensils, and blankets as who knows what that girl has used. Ashton pressed to tell me who, and when I confirmed it was my friend Axel, Ashton gripped my wrist and yelled, saying I must have cheated on him too, telling me I shouldn't stay with Axel. I slapped him with my free hand and yelled at him, asking him what the hell was wrong with him. I called my brother and Axel, telling them to come to the apartment quick and I'd be grabbing stuff today and moving in a little earlier. When they arrived, my brother looked like he could hurt Ashton, but Axel was more composed and kept Ashton away from me. I packed essentials and most of my clothes. My brother helped me get the pets things and have them hurry out. After that, I cried in the car and just felt all the emotions of the past 2 months hit me like a wave. Axel comforted me and after moving me in, told me to take it easy. He ordered pizza and fed my dog and cat. My phone has been getting message after message by Ashton, but after a while I blocked him and put my phone on silent. I woke up to some of my friends checking up on me. Thankfully, no one is on his or Vanessa's side. They have been excluded from the group and are no longer welcome. Ashton's mother sent me a voicemail telling me she's so sorry for his behavior, she didn't raise him like that and she hoped she could still see me as she loved me like her own child. She wished me well and told me to call her when I could. His brother sent me a similar message and told me if I had more stuff I needed to pack, him and a friend could help. Bless their souls. I've settled in the best I could for day one being in a new home. My dog and cat seem fine as my dog, Peanut loves everyone, and my cat, Tuna, just finds a spot to make herself comfortable and sleep. Axel has been a great guy helping me try to get comfortable and settle in, asking perfect times to go back to the apartment to get my things and making a schedule to see what days I work, when he works, and when we're free so we can watch the pets. Axel has a dog of his own, so Peanut is happy with a new friend. As for the pregnancy test, it had come back positive. Apparently, the extra stomach was just a pregnancy belly. I am 3.5 months pregnant. I didn't show symptoms of any morning sickness, but explains why I go to pee more often. I was horrified when I saw the test positive. I've always loved babysitting and hope to be a mom someday, but I think I want to get rid of the pregnancy. I know that sounds horrible, but I don't want to have a kid with that douche and go through custody with him. I don't want to see him anymore, and I don't think I can look at someone with the same features as him for the rest of my life. I'm once again sorry if this was long. And longer than the last. You've all been so sweet with your comments, and you're all kind. Good things will come your way, and you're also incredibly amazing. I think I'll be taking a short break trying to move and get things to calm down. I will update if anything major happens. As of now, I'm doing okay. Trying to move stuff in, and wondering if I should reconnect with his family, as they have known me since I was a child and welcomed me with open arms. Friends have been supportive, and so has my family. Thank you all so much. Stay safe. Update 4. Hey everyone, sorry for a small break. If you do not know the context, please check my other posts. Nothing new has happened since my last update, as it's only been a couple of days. Ashton has tried to contact me through different accounts, but I've blocked them all and made my socials private. Me and Axel are having a great time being roommates. He is very respectful and brought me my favorite food in the world, chicken Alfredo. I want to address a quick thing. All the people I've named in my posts are fake names. Except Ashton and Vanessa. Sorry not sorry? I think I accidentally said my friend's actual name in one of my posts, and I changed it to keep privacy. I heard from a friend that apparently Ashton and Vanessa are now dating and are posting so much about it on social media. I could care less, and I don't think they'll last, lol. As for his family, I decided to stay in contact with them, as I did grow up with his brother and sister, and his mother and father watched me grow up. His father was one of the last to find out and was furious at Ashton. He called me and apologized so much I thought sorry wasn't a real word anymore, LMAO. He told me he never raised him to do that, and he never liked Vanessa as she was always disrespectful in their home. Ashton's dad, Gary, fake name also, told me I deserved better, and he wished me well in life and he'd teach his son how to respect women. I wished Gary well and thanked him, hoping the best for him, but said whatever happens to Ashton I won't care. After Axel insisted I tell my family the full story, as they only knew we ended the relationship, I eventually did, and my brothers and dad were pissed. I could see my dad's face turn red. He was upset at me because I didn't tell him, but after a long talk my dad has told me he hopes to never see Ashton again, and hugged me for a long time before crying with me. My mom was unfaithful to my dad when I was little, so they divorced and he raised me. My mom wasn't absent or a bad mother to my siblings and me, just unfaithful. So my dad strongly is against cheating. He held me and apologized for it happening to me. I cried as I felt this vulnerable man express the same pain I felt. Axel is the only one who knows I am pregnant. Him and I have agreed to keep it a secret, as I've already set up an abortion date in 2 days. If anyone has a problem with it, I do not care. 3.5 months is still eligible for abortion, as I'm still in the first trimester. I don't need anyone's take on that topic. Vanessa apparently flexes she has sexy date nights all the time in her posts, and she is some sort of H0RNY girl who flexes that too. And the one thing that made me laugh is she apparently wore a similar dress I had in one of my posts before I went private my social, and did an exact copy of it. I hope she's happy taking a very childish man who can't take accountability. Ashton's best friend, Henry, has contacted me and had told me Ashton and him had drinks a while ago, and Ashton told Henry he's very unhappy with Vanessa and misses me. Went on and on talking about me. Crazy how he treated me like trash when she came back, but now wants me when I'm gone. Ashton accused me of most likely sleeping with Axel, and I might have had an affair with him. Axel is a good friend and we've kept things platonic and mutual. He's kind and very supportive of me and treats me equal. He's been my friend for a long time and can actually take accountability. I've never had a thought to sleep with him when I was with Ashton. I do not want Ashton back. He's a petty man who faced the consequences of his actions. So sad. The only other thing I have left to update is I am grieving a little, as my childhood family dog, Guppy, has passed away after 18 years. He lived really long and pretty healthy, but he was too old to keep living. I wasn't able to be there, but I was able to receive his collar and a paw print made from clay before he passed. I will be trying to update if I can, as I know this whole thing isn't over with Ashton's attempts to contact me, and Vanessa has now escalated to being petty, but I will take time to continue to grieve and prepare my abortion. I'm sorry if this is not the update you wanted, but rest assured hopefully the next update will be aliens coming at my home, lol. You're also loved, and thank you for supporting me throughout this insane but somewhat boring journey. Thank you all and take care.